What's up, gang? Welcome to But What Do I Know with Joe. I'm Joe. If you're new here, welcome in. If you're not, welcome back. Thanks for joining me as we recap, relive, and otherwise get into Phish's performance at the Enmarket Arena in Savannah, Georgia, Wednesday, July 15th, 2026. This is a noteworthy performance as it's only the second time that Phish has played in Savannah or the Enmarket. And the first time was last night. I feel, also have some pretty big shoes to fill there, whether it's their own shoes, I guess. But they, last night was a fantastic show. And we'll have to see what happens tonight. So what say we talk about it? I've taken the liberty of writing down the set list right over here. I think this will aid in our discussion and whatnot. So as you see, Phish, the Enmarket Arena, Savannah, Georgia, Wednesday, the 15th of July. So let's get into it. Starting off, first set, Dinner and a Movie, right out of the gate. This is a great move. Seeing this a couple of times performed in that spot, it definitely gets everybody moving. It's a great way to get the audience going and the band as well. They were super tight tonight, a continuation of last night, and just nailed it. Excellent performance, concise song, but gets everyone moving and a good way to set the tone. So after Dinner and a Movie, Vultures. Now, Vultures is not necessarily a tune that I'm, not necessarily a tune that I'm looking for, but don't have a problem with it. But it's certainly not my favorite. I'm not writing it out. So either way, I've seen a few Vultures over the course of time, and the song as well, and it generally would stick close to home and retain the standard Vultures structure. Generally, that is. This was the song part was just on point. They were super tight as they went through it. It developed into the jam part starts and it just gets crazy, and they completely deviate and pivot and change course. It's second song in and the first sign of exploration out there, which is a good sign, of course. But not too dark and deep like a lot of the stuff last night, but still far from home, if you will. And they were off and then ended up circling back around, finishing the tune with Fishman running through the drums as they close it out. So strong, really cool. After Vultures, Taste. I love Taste. I've seen that a number of times as well. Can ebb and flow, usually kind of stays sort of standard. They've taken it out there here and there. This particular go round was outstanding performance and just a really standard Taste all the way around. It's not bad by any stretch, but certainly nothing remarkable, nothing to set it aside. Just a standard great Taste. So that was great. Went through Taste, then the Wedge, and who doesn't like to hear the Wedge? I will say too, the sound on the webcast is really choice. In this song in particular, I noticed it, but throughout it sounds so good. Aside of that, the Wedge, this was just fantastic, and they, it's a great song to hear. You don't hear it that frequently, at least I don't. They've jammed it out a few times, as I understand it. I've never seen one that was too crazy, but always up for it. And they standard sort of got going after the song itself, and as they're jamming out afterwards. Notice this country twang almost from Trey, adding an interesting dynamic to the jam. It was pretty cool. and it sticks there for a while, and then I swear Fishman's kicking this beat, and they're playing. It was so similar to the second jam in Destiny Unbound, so I have to see if that's the case or not. But they jam on that for quite some time, quite a few bars, and from there it changes, it gets funky, it gets spooky. It turns into that dark exploration and everything. And this is the Wedge now, so the first set. Major exploration. They're just cruising and going wherever they want to, into outer space, deep space. Just really, super psychedelic, funky spots, just tripped out, syncopated rhythms and nuts. It brightens up, it gets beautiful. It just kept going, offering these heavy, fat grooves, and yeah, it was insane. It culminates in this funky part, and pages on the clavinet, and just they're just grooving out, and it just floats away and dissipates. It's absolutely epic, absolutely epic. Yeah, the Wedge, just astoundingly good. So that, first set, you're right there. It's like, dang, that was really good. So after the Wedge, Pebbles and Marbles. I really like the song, the dramatic intensity that it brings. It's almost cinematic almost. This was a solid performance. They ripped through it, jammed it out. It's very similar to The Taste in that it was wonderfully played, and it was Pebbles and Marbles. So yeah, not much more to it. It wasn't really an extended jam or anything. They didn't take it out there. So yeah, but well played, solid performance. Divided Sky next. Now they opted to not play it in Deer Creek outdoors, and there's outdoors places coming up. Maybe they'll play it again. I don't know. Anyway, they chose to play it indoors. That's fine. It gets that spot. There was an odd anomaly with, I'm not sure what happened. They effectively skipped like a few bars of the song, and it was in and around the right before the lyrics, and maybe it was all the lyrics threw them off. I don't know, but go back and listen to it. Aside of that, no issues whatsoever. They cruised through. The composed part was awesome, on point. The jam was great. They got into it and they jammed it out. This was by no means, an over the top version. It was not, they didn't, truly explore anything. It was a solid Divided Sky. There's a similarity here with the Pebbles and Marbles and The Taste as well. But yeah, well played all the way around. After that, Halley's Comet. I love Halley's Comet. I was converted to that years ago, and it's always fun. So they rip into it. The band seems to be really having fun and enjoying themselves, and that's that always shows in the music. And so yeah, they start jamming Halley's, and they get locked in and just start to throw it down. They in the jam pick a lane and pick whatever chord they're going for, and just wrap the jam around that, and proceeded to do so for a little while. And it was awesome. They absolutely took flight. It didn't necessarily take a whole lot of turns in the jam. Relatively straightforward, but still quite interesting, and they raged. I mean, it raged for a while. It was cool. And so anyhow, Halley's subsides, and Rift While You Sleeping. There's certainly a number of folks perhaps who don't are not fans. I like Drift myself. I was converted as well, like with Halley's. Right place at the right time to see it performed, and but anyhow, that's what they played. So there you go. Drift While You're Sleeping. I felt it was played incredibly well. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, I like the song, the different parts and everything, and the build up in the end is always great. But also this is a straight, it's, you know, whatever, 10, 12 minutes or something, but it's a straightforward song. It has defined parts and everything. So pretty straightforward. You know, the Halleys, they got out there a little bit. Pebbles and Marbles, you know, straightforward. The Wedge, yeah, you know. The Taste, straightforward. You know, Vultures was out there. So you got a lot of stuff that's pretty concise in this first set, and basically just, you know, that's what you got. Again, the Wedge being the major league outlier for the first set. So anyhow, that wraps it for the first set. So we have our pause, a little set break, and moving on to set number 2. We start out Sightless Escape. So Ghost Forest tune. This is just a fantastic song. This particular one is the 5th time that Phish has played this live. And they have consistently, I've seen a couple of those, and they have consistently expanded the tune and just, you know, took it out there. And tonight was no exception whatsoever. And they got going straight away. It was phenomenal. It was truly phenomenal. Incredible jams. It went back to the to the dark exploration right out of the gate, which is nice, because then you know, you're assuming, well, hopefully that's what we have to look forward to. So it was back into that musical journey of jam to jam and groove to groove. Just, you know, them like kicking the ball back and forth. It was fantastic. Very cool, very exploratory, and just out there. At the end, Trey pulls everybody back at the really slowing down, and he even starts the guitar part again, pulling you back into the song just as it dissipates into nothing. So just masterful, awesome. So, all right, Sightless Escape. After that, a song I heard the ocean sing. I dig this song. It kind of makes sense for what was last night, and kind of seen a little bit of it tonight too. That dark overtone. That tune just lends itself to that, and they jammed it out. The song was strong, you know, as far as the lyrics and such. Once they started jamming it, like dark jamming, again, no surprise here. And then, you know, just evolved. It got really beautiful. It reached the spot where this chill, cool groove would ensue, and then that would drift into funky grooves, it traveled far and wide, and so just this whole journey here is really incredible, and it ended up in this sort of mayhem and this ridiculousness of sound and just stuff happening, and then literally just drops right into Crosseyed and Painless. Which just fantastic move, and that gets everybody going, they seem to hit the gas and just like a really fast car hauling ass in a straight line, and for like 10 minutes they went through the song super tight and just ripped it up, and then started jamming and just barreling along. And then after about the 10-minute mark, it started to change and roam from there. And they've done a handful of Cross-Eyed that you know certainly got out there. A lot of them were a little more concise, but Yeah, this was you reach spots of really pretty jamming and with crazy lights, by the way. And Fishman effectively kept the cross-eyed drum beats the entire time, and the song sort of evolved around him, doing that. It was absolutely wild, super tripped out. I mean, just out of hand, honestly. And the very end, it's just drifting out into this just high quality space for sure. And you're drifting out there into space, and it just lands right into Farmhouse. So this was after that block of action. This was a fantastic way to cool off, and I really like this song in this spot in particular. It was played too with just very subdued, like a really quiet jam. Where they just got quiet, and it appeared to me that thankfully everyone shut the hell up in the crowd and let them do their thing. But yeah, well played and just subtle, sublime, really wonderful. So Farmhouse, and then Sense and Subtle Sounds after that, which I was kind of thinking that would be the set closer, but. They of course did the intro, the sick intro that goes into that song, and just nailed it. Yeah, just so cool. I dig the song. I've seen it a number of times, and it's always a crowd pleaser for sure. It's this it kind of exactly like the rest of the songs here and even the night before. Started out dark, it brightened up beautiful, and just went on a roller coaster of vibes and grooves throughout, and got far from the sense structure of any type of sense structure. Colors in the Void. It was wonderful to hear that. It dissipated into this slow groove and sort of just driving along, and that just drops right into Ghost, which is just so fitting. And obviously me being foolish enough to think they would stop with Sense. It's like, yeah, of course. So yeah, Ghost and Ghost was awesome. Ghost these days they seem to have a recipe for success, and the jams are always different and so outlandish. This was no exception. Funky and groovy, and then they just built it up and up and up, and it's like started dark and funky, and then the light worked its way through. But the place went nuts as well. It was sick, absolutely sick. So yeah, Ghost. That ends the show, and solid second set. Very solid second set with a lot of gems in there for sure. So a quick pause, and then on to the encore. So they come out and hit us with rock and roll. So the Velvet Underground, yay. That's it was a good time. They rocked it out. I would classify this rock and roll very much like the Drift or the Pebbles, the Taste. It just by the book, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. They jammed it. Very cool. But not a lot of exploration. And they kept it to one encore this evening, and that's that. It's the way it goes. So yeah, that is in all of its glory, the Enmarket Arena. So this, from my perspective, There's a great deal of high quality replay value here. This second set in particular, really the whole set, that Sightless Escape song I heard the ocean sing in Crosseyed is just nuts. But the Farmhouse is beautiful, and Sense and Ghost are rock. Yeah, the whole thing is top shelf for sure. And in this first set, the Wedge is just I don't think it can be overstated how awesome that Wedge is. I would say that is certainly my the Wedge. But what do I know? That's my but what do I know moment right there. The Wedge is it for sure. So that's my assessment of Phish at the Enmarket Arena in Savannah, night 2, Wednesday, July 15th. But what do I know? Our journey is ended. Until next time.